Mario 64 is one of the most iconic games of all time and helped push the gaming landscape forward with its at the time extremely impressive 3D gameplay and world. However, you can't really deny that it hasn't aged at least a little bit since its release way back in the day. So because of this, I really wanted to dream up a potential Mario 64 remake for the Switch 2. Now right away, I knew that we already got a remake of this game in Mario 64 DS, but that is kind of a reimagining of the original game and definitely wouldn't be the blueprint for this new potential remake of the game. Now, the first thing that I really want to talk about when it comes to a potential remake of this game are the visuals, because I think I have a really interesting idea for them. I know a lot of people who try and remake Mario 64 make the game visually similar to the newer games that we see out of the Mario series, but I think a much more interesting idea here would be to make the game look way more like the promotional art that we got from the game way back in the day. I think this would add such a really cool and distinct style to the game, and also kind of make it feel like Nintendo is bringing over the old original graphical vision of the game, since the 3D graphics back in the day really limited what they could do. Now, moving away from the graphics, I think it's about time we get into the level design and gameplay here, because I think those are the things that need to be fixed the most. I think we can still keep most of the original level design here very faithfully, but just clean up some of the jankier things within them, like the very annoying sinking sand and shifting sand land. I think the more obstacle style levels here work really well, and I think keeping them will also preserve the original idea of the game. However, the major thing that needs changed is some of the gameplay aspects here. I think the camera needs fixed the most, and I would love to see a camera way more in line with something that we saw in Mario Odyssey. I also think a lot of the weirder gameplay quirks need to be fixed, like with Mario's slippery controls and kinda useless kick attacks. I would love to see movement kinda what we saw in Mario Odyssey whenever Mario doesn't have Cappy, and I think this movement system would be a really great addition to this game. So yeah, those are just some of my ideas for a Mario 64 remake, and I really hope that Nintendo does this in the future.